Don't tell my real boyfriend that this, that tall slam pig that I fuck. He comes over, he services me for hours, and then he leaves. But you'll have access. Obviously, you'll have access. But yeah, would it be the worst thing in the world if you kind of had to plan some of your work a little bit, other than always on a whim? Probably not.
I guess. I feel two ways about it.
I think we are giving this apartment will stay in the family. We're giving it to a good pal, so I could see you just coming in here and still weirdly making it your office somehow.
I could see it. I mean, really, what this all is looking like and feels like to me is like, holy shit, we probably do just need a literal office sooner or later.
Yeah, that actually we just need an office.
It's like, are we gonna keep working out of your home?
No, I know. I actually had that thought too. But, for a year, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So I am moving. We'll have a temporary studio. We'll see. There's a room in the new place, basically, that we're going to turn into the studio for a year. I'm going to see if I'm going to be living in the big city, Manhattan. I'm going to be on my Carrie Bradshaw shit. We'll see. It'll be fun. I am excited for it. So we have a final batch of episodes. I think we're going to do this one. Basically, there's one more week of recording here, and we like to we pull back the curtain on these episodes where we talk to you directly. We record a good amount of episodes in a week, so we'll probably do anywhere from 6 to 8 farewell episodes, and the last one the very last one I think should be another call-in show. So maybe in real time, a week from today, in your time. 1 month from now, there will be a farewell episode. But we want to.
It'll come out after you've already made normal social media posts about moving. I'm not living here anymore.
I won't be making any posts. I'll tell you that much. I don't need to.
You should post pictures of the street you'll be living on.
You think so, Eldis?
Oh yeah,
that's a great idea. Yeah, I should just do a step by step. I'll just do let you follow along as I drive from this place to the next one in a moving truck. But it is bittersweet. I don't know how I feel. It's the end of an era. We can reminisce a little more, I guess, on the actual farewell episode, but.
I know it's come up on what were supposed to be a few farewell episodes by now.
Well, okay, I'm good now, but I had it wasn't even the landlord's fault. It was a shitty broker who just kept lying to fuck him. These New York brokers are out of control, and I was supposed to have moved in literally more than a month ago. I remember the plan was I was working on the movie, and you were just gonna move all my shit while I was there, and we were gonna come back to a new studio.
Yeah.
And instead, it's been so long. So anyway, fuck it. Whatever. Let's just get to the calls. It did piss me off, but finally we're in there, and I'm excited. Nicely done, Eldis. Who do we have what do we have here today, Eldis? Let's talk to the people. Let's heal them.
Why don't we start with Grace? Are you there?
Oh my God.
Hi, Grace.
What's going on?
Hey, I'm shaking.
Don't worry. No need to shake. We're here for you. We're here to solve all your problems. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful Sunday morning.
Absolutely.
So what's troubling you, Grace?
So I am a 28-year-old married lesbian.
Nice.
I've been with my wife for about 13 years since high school.
13 years, nice.
Yeah, we locked in pretty early.
Yeah, that's very lesbian. That's
I know lesbians move fast.
That's next level. You're like what's beyond gold star, like a platinum star lesbian to just U-Haul in fucking middle school together with your first girlfriend. Respect.
I mean, she wasn't my first girlfriend.
Oh,
she
hell
was
yeah, pimp.
Like one of many boyfriends throughout the years.
Oh,
she actually transitioned a few years back.
Interesting.
So,
that's interesting. Yeah, so
we're like a gay layer cake.
Spiritually, she was always a lesbian, it turns out, because you guys just basically got married immediately. That's not adolescent boy behavior. That is like young lesbian behavior.
It was one of the many red flags. I guess like blue, pink, and white flags.
Yes. Okay, interesting, cool.
So during the pandemic, I reconnected with some friends from middle school and high school and ended up hanging out with them a lot. Our state had some like weird quarantine rules about like you can go to your house and like one friend's house, but that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to the one friend house that had like 8 people in it.
Gotcha.
And I developed a really strong friendship with these guys that I knew when I was younger. They taught me how to play Magic the Gathering. They taught me how to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Hell yes.
I was like,
I'm getting a
firmly one of the
real.
boys.
You're painting a real scene for what your life was like in middle school and high school. I love it.
Yeah. So I'm spending a lot of time with these guys. At this point, we're all adults. We're like 21, 22. And one of the guys in the group I wasn't super close to, but he like started to be more friendly with me. We did get closer. We were probably like the closest friends of the friend group for a long time. And then those feelings turned out to be not so friendly.
Sure.
When he basically tried to, well, when my wife transitioned, he was kind of like, well, this marriage needs a man then.
Oh, wow. That's nuts.
So he tried to fuck me and my wife.
Okay.
And then
well,
when
he's not
that
a bigot,
didn't work
I guess.
out,
he's
when
just
that didn't work out, he just tried to marriage, like tell me my wife was bad for me, even though she's literally an angel walking on earth.
Yes.
And
yes.
no one could treat me better.
Yes.
So I set up some boundaries. I tried to like get some distance, give him space to like breathe and maybe get some clarity. Then my wife and I got pregnant and
Nice.
we were very
Congrats.
excited, and he crashed the fuck out claiming that I should be having his baby.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's when I knew that like, oh, this guy's like really far gone. At least like from reality.
Yeah.
And I have not been able to interact with him since. He is still like a very firm member of the like large friend group, but my daughter is now 2.5 years old. It's been over 3 years since this happened. And I really struggle with going over and seeing my friends or like going to group gatherings with everybody, knowing he's going to be there.
Yeah.
Without like wanting to wring his neck. I feel empathy for him because he's clearly fucking crazy, but
I guess.
also like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, listen, this is not, I don't think it's that complicated. I think it's like, this is insane behavior. Like, first of all, okay, if you want to give somebody some grace because, you know, you have a friend group during the pandemic and everybody's kind of going insane, and I could even kind of see how if you're, you know, making friends with somebody of the opposites of, you know, of the sex you're attracted to, and especially when you're seeing nobody else, you can kind of convince yourself like, oh, we're meant to be together, and then like, you know, you can kind of lose your mind and like develop like, you know, it's like the camp thing, right? Where it's like you think you love someone, your crush at camp because you only see 14 people. Like this guy, you're probably the only woman who he had any kind of like, you know, kind of chemistry with, that he could delude himself into thinking there was something there, even though you were married. So if you want,
that was like the strangest part because like me and my wife were already together for like 8 or 9 years when I started hanging out with them. I got married in this like 6 months after I started hanging out with them.
Oh, wow,
like I was
okay.
very firmly in a relationship.
and
yet
freshly married.
his imagination carried him away.
Yeah, and listen, I'm saying like I think that there's maybe some like COVID lockdown psychosis plus not seeing anybody else plus, you know, from the picture you painted of your friend group, doesn't sound like these are top tier pussy getters. When what everybody's doing is playing Magic and D&D, and no disrespect to the dork community, but like there's a lot of like stuff swirling that you can have empathy for him and understand where his like sort of where his thought process came from. But once that goes from you reject this person, once it goes to like first of all, insulting your wife is weird behavior, and then being like I mean, you should be having his baby is like so fucking weird that I think there's a point where that's like understanding a person is one thing, but then when they start behaving towards you and your family in a fucked up way, that's when it doesn't matter if you can understand where it came from. And obviously, you know, this guy isn't getting like, it sounds like he's not getting like, he's just being weird. Like, it's not like he's been violent or anything, or like, you know.
No, thankfully it never like crossed over into a place where I like really feared for our safety.
Right. Which again is a
like,
very low bar. I'm not saying like, well, he didn't fucking
Yeah.
try bring a knife out, so give the guy a break. But I'm just saying like it has crossed the point where this behavior is completely inappropriate. And I guess my question, like, I think you're totally justified in being like, I don't want to hang out with this guy who thinks like my kid should be his kid, who has this weird, who kind of like spurged out on me because I rejected him, and I think now a little bit of this problem is this has been an issue forever, and I think like my issue would be, it seems like the only problem for you is that he's in this friend group. Otherwise, you just would never see this person ever again, right?
I guess like, and I've brought this up to the other guys in the group, is like, I wish there were more situations where I could just come over or he can just come over. But
Right.
it's a lot of me. And like, I will say, by having a kid, I gave up like a lot of my free will and my free time.
Sure.
So like my ability to go over and see my friends has drastically cut down.
Of course, especially at
But-
this. I mean, your kid's like 2. Like these are the tough
she's
years.
very active, very much like our boss right now, which I
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
But it definitely, they are a no kids kind of group. None of them are like, one or two
What?
of them are married. Like none of them have kids. A lot of them don't plan on having kids. That's very much me and my wife's little journey on the
Right.
side.
Sure.
So like I know that I have drastically cut down on my ability to go see my friends, but I guess like, yeah, in a totally selfish sort of therapeutic way, I wish he just would disappear and I could have all the free time possible with my friends without him there. But I recognize that they were friends with him a lot earlier, a lot longer. I do want to give them a lot of credit. All of the guy friends know about what happened, and they're all like, that was fucking crazy. We can't believe he did that. We don't like approve of that behavior.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, this guy has never, ever told them any of it. Like, they only ever heard about it through me. The other guy just basically pretends like it never happened, even though we were basically inseparable best friends for 7 months and then now won't speak. So clearly something happened.
Well, you weren't best friend. I mean, he was so.
Well,
he was clearly trying to
hey.
fuck you. You know what I mean? But like
I did come to that conclusion a long time ago, but yeah.
yeah, but I see. I take your point though. It's like something seismically shifted. It's clear what it was, and he wants to pretend like it didn't happen. He's ashamed, whatever. And like, I guess the thing is, what you're asking is not. My point is, what you're asking of your friends is not unreasonable, right? Like, even like Eldis has had a lot of duds in his life, right? Eldis, just from like, not even people who did anything to me. I'm just kind of a fucking judgmental piece of shit sometimes, and I just
Me
didn't
too.
like some of Eldis's friends, and I was like, hey man, if you're hanging out with X person, just tell me so I won't come. You know what I mean? And like, that's
Yeah.
just me being a dickhead and being kind of like, I don't want to spend some of my precious life with a person I don't like for preference reasons. You're saying I don't want to be around a guy who was insanely weird to me and offensive about my relationship, who I thought I was friends with, but he was clearly trying to fuck me. And then when I rejected him and hoping we could stay friends, it became clear through his behavior that wasn't going to be possible. And now he makes me uncomfortable because he said some weird shit when I was pregnant. And now the kid I was pregnant with is a human being, and it just adds to the level of me feeling self-conscious. So I'd
Yeah.
rather not spend time
Like,
with him. That's
They would invite
reasonable.
us to a barbecue, and like I don't want to see him looking longingly across the yard at my fucking kid, like imagining,
Yes.
oh, that was me,
Exactly.
Like it definitely makes certain group situations awkward. I will say, like, my friends do make time. The one time he was out camping on, like, every week they play Magic together. The one time this guy was out camping, they were like, Grace, get your ass over here.
Yeah.
We're playing Magic. It's a safe space. And I loved it. It was a great time. I guess, like, experiencing that made me miss, like, the opportunity. And his presence is kind of a huge blockade aside from my living child.
Yeah, and like, look, I think you're being nice to this group too, but I also feel like in a fucked up way, they've made the choice here, which is like he gets priority over you, unfortunately, right? And I don't think that's right, you know what I mean? Like, but obviously, whatever, they're friend. Like, honestly, I think what these guys probably, I think the solution here is them sitting their friend down and being like, hey man, that was fucking weird. We have to move past this as a group. Like, they've only heard it from you. And they're being neutral, but it would be nice if they would, like, kind of be like, check, you know, their friend's behavior a little bit and be like, hey, man, that was fucking weird. You should, like, actually apologize and maybe we can all play fucking Magic together like, you know, it used to be, whatever. And so I guess what I would say to you is I don't think you should cut these people out of your life, but they also have made this other guy a priority. And so it's like maybe these people need to take a back seat in terms of your friendship hierarchy. You need to look for other people who you have no weird history with, A, and B, who, like, you know, might come out a little more positively on your side in a situation like this, and still, you know, hang out with them when it makes sense, but don't put all your sort of social eggs in one basket with these people. It's like they kind of, the way they've handled the situation, they should be knocked down a peg in your eyes. You know what I mean? Not enough to be like, these aren't my friends, but enough to be like, you know, look for another group. Or you could always, I think the solution here also could be host your own stuff, right? Like maybe bring the best people from that group and over time make some other friends, and maybe you kind of make your own sort of little, you know, Magic group or whatever kind of group you want to have on your terms. And by the way, that's a natural thing when people have kids, right? Like
absolutely.
One of our best friends recently had a kid. She actually had another kid recently, and it's like we go see her on her terms. You know what I mean? Like I go to her house. There's no like, hey, I'm having a like she might stop by for a little bit with her kids for a barbecue, but it's like, it's fucking hard when you have two babies to go do shit. So we just go, and honestly, it's ended up with me being in some weird hangs where it's like, she just brings people from her life that she doesn't get a chance to see. And we all go to her house and kind of have like a weird little party of like, it's like a weird mixture of people from all over her life. So it's like, I think that's totally reasonable. And I think that's kind of how you should pivot how you see this situation.
Yeah. I mean, I think as a lesbian, it's going to be hard for me to find a friend group that doesn't have some weird history.
Right. Everybody's
our
been married.
runs, like the family tree is a wreath at times.
Right.
But I will say, I want to give like a couple of the guys credit. Some of them have like cut him off entirely and like they use their spare time to come see me. And I
cool.
like really appreciate that. But I do hear you what you're saying about like not putting my social eggs in that basket. Cause I definitely have some stronger bonds with some more stronger allies outside of that friend group that have been worth my time.
I totally, I assume that for sure.
It blows to like lose this avenue because of somebody else's bad behavior.
I know. I mean but that's that is what sucks about it, right? Is like it's not your fault at all, but it's like, and the people that I think what's revealed to you is the people from this group that did have your back. It's like those really are your friends, and the people that didn't, maybe you thought they were, and like that sucks. But it's like at the same time, it's also just revealing of who. It's like when shit like this happens, you actually see who actually were your real friends. And as sad as it is, it's not. You could read it as like, this is for the best because the people that didn't have my back are people that I can't trust and don't want to build deeper relationships with, particularly when your free time gets way more valuable when you have a kid. You know, it means more, and you don't want to waste that on, like, you know, it's that the older we get, the more frivolous people kind of fall in the background. Like, think about the people I used to spend like 10 hours in a row with people that now I'm like, I think I hated that guy. But it was just like, you're in college, you're all smoking weed. Like, your lives are so simple. There's so few things to argue about. You don't even really know each other. It's just like, hey, yeah, well, let's drink beers and fucking grill hot dogs and get high. You don't really need to know anything about a person. And then over time, you learn people, you drop people. And like, unfortunately, this is part of going from you shed people at every stage and you gain more people. And I think mid-20s to late 20s, when people start, to early 30s, when people start having families, they start, having different values, or their values get exposed. This is a key time in somebody's life where you find out who your real friends are. It sucks that it happened in this weird way, but I think this is just kind of a natural part of life, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think ultimately I'm just grateful for the lore. It's going to be a hell of a story to tell our daughter when she's like about to go into college or about that age.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just been nagging at me, and I've been listening to the show for a good year now. And
Hell
I was, thinking recently, what would Stavvy say? What would Stavvy think?
Yeah. Well, there's our background, and congrats on the kid. That's awesome. It's a fun age. Two and a half, very, very cute kid. So yeah, go raise a little nerd. I'm sure you will, whether you like it or not. I'm sure you're raising a little dork as we speak. So go. Yeah, she'll be your dungeon master soon enough. she'll be.
It already is, man. She's calling the shots. I'm rolling ones. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad out here.
Good luck,
gentlemen.
Yeah, thanks for calling.
Good luck, Grace.
See you, Grace.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Oh man, that's a fucking extra strength incel right there, man.
That baby should have been mine.
That baby should have been mine.
That's crazy.
Why, dude?
I know.
Because this person was nice to you, even though she was married, and not even in oh, you got married. She just got married. That's tough, man. But again, 2020. I mean, COVID brain, lockdown brain, plus just a woman being nice to you. But anyway, crazy shit.
Let's move on to really him.
Oh shit! What the fuck is up, boys?
Wow, is it really him? It sounds like it. From that voice, I'm like, wow, that's him right there.
What the fuck is up, boys? I've been waiting so long to talk to you, motherfuckers.
Nice, dude. What's going on?
I think I truly have found the love of my life.
Okay.
And I would like to know your guys' suggestions on how I should propose.
Oh, wow. This is awesome. Holy shit. Okay. Beautiful. So how long have you guys been together? Let's get a little biographical detail. How did you meet? How long have you been together? All that kind of stuff.
Okay, so we went to middle school together for years, and then we separated off. I went off and did some drugs and got crazy for a little while. She went and got cheated on by a bunch of guys,
Okay.
The usual.
Okay.
You always say you're crawling back, man.
So you're both buying low. You're both,
Yeah, definitely both buying low, for sure.
Right. So she's better than you, but enough men have broken her that she's like, all right, what do we got here?
Absolutely.
Hopefully he didn't huff too much fucking paint. Hopefully he didn't huff too many fumes. Hopefully his brain still works enough.
It's like 75% there, but we're okay.
Yeah, you sound great, man. You sound great. I love it. This is a beautiful white trash love story. Go ahead.
Absolutely. We got back together about 2 years ago now. We have a house and three dogs. Both have good jobs.
Cute.
Killing it in our respective fields.
That's
she
great.
just got a instructor position at the college.
Great. Holy shit. Good for her.
I am a Danish delivery man, a man of your heart. I listen to you guys every night. It's awesome.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Are you saying that you're a delivery man who specifically delivers Danishes the pastries, or is Danish delivery man a phrase I don't know?
No. Danish the pastries, dog. Like Danishes. muffins, donuts, the whole nine.
Damn, you're awesome, dude. You're like, we're both killing it. She's a professor. I fucking put donuts in a minivan and drive it around. We're both crushing it equally. That's awesome, dude. Respect. Fuck, they sound good. I haven't had breakfast yet. Now I'm just not gonna be thinking about Danishes. Okay, as a delivery man, what's your favorite type of Danish? What filling do you like in them?
I am definitely partial to the lemon cheese.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Definitely love anything
cheese.
lemon flavored.
I'm with you on the cheese. I like anything cheese flavored with a Danish. That I remember as a child that blowing my mind where it was like a sweet cheese. I was like, I love cheese and I love desserts, and somebody fucking blended the two together.
Absolutely.
I love that. I think that's
geniuses.
great. Okay, beautiful. So you guys, and let me just ask, how old are you?
I am 27. She's 28.
Okay. All right. Nice. Awesome. So you guys basically you just went to school together, right? You said you got back together. Did you guys date when you were little, when you were kids?
No, I had a head over heels crush on her because she was the girl at the school with the big old titties. So,
dude, you're a fucking romantic, man. I'm with you, bro.
Absolutely, brother.
This is nice though. This is cute. You guys have a house together, and you've been together. You said for 2 to 3 years. Is that what you said?
Yeah, going on 2 to 3 years. Yeah.
All right, sweet. And you're ready to propose. And so do you have any sort of, do you have a loose plan? Do you have anything you want us to punch up for you, or you want us to just make up the proposal whole cloth? What are you thinking?
I mean, honestly, I just want to make it special, you know what I mean?
Sure.
I have no idea, brother. I am a romantic aside from I guess proposing, but
okay, let's think about the classics here. I think number one, in a lot of successful proposals that I know about, the guy has at least consulted with the best friends, right? Like I think it's not like, you know, my brother pulled off a really nice proposal. He had like help from a friend. What are your, like, do you have any, do you know what kind of ring? Do you know what kind of, have you talked to any of her friends? Do you have any, any things that she's mentioned, anything that she likes, anything like that? Have you done any recon there yet?
He absolutely loves like Disney and Disney related things, but God, is that shit expensive.
Okay.
Her best friend is all the way in Wisconsin.
Okay.
I don't know how much help she could be.
Okay.
I'm gonna go contra, Stav, and say look within first before you even think about consulting any friends.
Sure, but I think he's looked within in terms of wanting to do it.
Yeah,
like it's not like he doesn't. He knows what he wants. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think, yeah, that's true. I mean, I think friends should be consulted if you have like very specific questions about minor details, but try to see like, what is relevant or meaningful to you that you want to like get across in this proposal or something.
For sure. Like,
okay.
Like think about some, this is awesome because we're just explaining the basics of like
brainstorming.
Yeah, we're just brainstorming with our pal, with It's Really Him, the hymn of Danish delivery drivers.
Not of proposals.
So, okay, think about, what are the special moments in your guys' relationships? What are the, like, what are some first dates? What are some, did you take any trips together? Are there like things that really mean something to you that are sort of symbolic? Are there any shared experiences? Is there a date? Is there a meal? Is there like a, trip? Anything like that?
Yeah. So we went to Disney like 2 months into our relationship, but I was thinking, because we went on a trip to Prescott and Sedona's like right up there. We live in the Arizona area.
Okay.
And I think Sedona, going up there and somewhere like on a cliff would be gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's
Go
nice.
up on a hike and set up a whole picnic and everything like that. And then,
yeah.
I like that idea.
I think that's a good idea, especially if it like harkens back to something you guys have done together. You keep mentioning Disney and you're saying it's expensive, but it's like, how meaningful to her is it? Is there like a little element of that you could bring in, or do you just want to go straight for the, straight for the. I like the hike. I mean, I do like the hike idea. The other thing to keep in mind with the picnic and the hike is like, timing wise, if we're talking about Arizona, you're gonna have to wait till fucking November. Probably it's probably hot as fuck. You don't want to be fucking dying of thirst. You know what I mean? Like, but I mean that's beautiful. That's classic, beautiful stuff, and that might be the kind of thing where you might want to, when you have a plan in place, see if you can have any, if you can have some support there, or like,
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
sounds like a great idea.
I think that's a pretty good idea. I mean, I would say like also think about, how involved do you want other people in it?
Right.
Do you want something, you want cameras and photos and videos set up for it, and you want other people to pop out and surprise after you propose, or I don't know, or is it just like you just want to propose to her yourself?
Sure.
And I don't think
the
there's
live stream route would be the way to go. Set it up on like Facebook and live stream it.
You wearing Meta glasses and they're blinking. The
Hell
red light
yeah.
is going off during your proposal. You're like, look me directly in the eyes. This is very important. But yeah, that is a good point though, because it's like sometimes, do you want it to be almost like a surprise? Or I mean, I think the personal thing is always really nice, But other people, sometimes it's important to people to have like a fucking, high quality photos of the fucking thing instantly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think especially I think making it a nice trip, I think, the nice hike thing is a good idea. And I know you mentioned that, Disney's expensive, whatever, but like if you're doing this hike thing, make sure it's a nice. Don't pinch pennies. You know what I mean? Like, Don't stay like a shitty motel, hotel the night before, so she's pissed off. Just make sure you plan this the fuck out, that you have the time frame down, that you know what the weather's gonna be like, that like if it's going to be you don't want a super busy day necessarily because you want some privacy. Maybe even go out there, scope out a spot beforehand. You know what I mean? Like especially if it's a place you're not super familiar with, you don't want to just kind of let it to chance. Like, oh, this is where I want to do it. Or, I would say, I think that, but you seem to have like a good plan overall. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. But if it's a meaningful place you guys have been before and it looks beautiful and you kind of maybe time it around sunset, that kind of shit, I think you're looking at something that's, not crazy, but it could be really sentimental and could be really nice.
Yeah, I like your little idea. I don't think you can really go wrong with like a, I don't know, nice, meaningful, nature-based location.
Totally.
Keep it simple. Like Stav says, get maybe like a nice bed and breakfast or something to sort of, set up base at on the nights like before and after or something like that. And yeah, I mean, personally, that sounds like much more appealing and memorable than like doing a crazy thing at like crowded ass Disney anyway.
For sure.
Which
for sure.
So I don't know. I would just think of that. The only, like I said, I think like if she loves you and wants you to like propose anyway, it won't really matter that much. I think the proposal, the gesture is gonna be like the big thing for her, no matter what. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it is like think about, will she care about photos or anything like that? But I don't know.
Yeah. And even like if you want to have a little picnic, making it so it's stuff that she really likes, all that matters that you really put a lot of thought into it. And it sounds like you're already at that stage. So it's like if you plan a really nice day trip or a 2-day trip and you have a little picnic with some of her favorite stuff and you've selected a nice little spot and it looks beautiful, you'll be fine, dude.
Have you guys talked about marriage at all?
Kind of a little bit.
What are those conversations like?
Well,
and Eldis would know more than me. I mean, he's obviously a married man. He's had this. He's been here, done that. So it's like what have you broached the subject?
Together, it was very established that we weren't looking for anything other than a potential partner. You know what I mean? To move along with in the future. She walked in the room right now, so I got nervous. But
well, we can hang up, man. So yeah, man, it sounds like that problem at work has really cleared up. Yeah, man, you just tell your boss it's pastries only. Stop trying to get me to deliver savory shit. I'm the Danish man. Put us on speaker, man. I got you, dude. We'll cover for you, dude.
God, no.
Well, that's awesome, man.
All right. Yeah, we've talked about kids and our future and everything, you know.
Okay, so
Pretty solid on it.
So yeah, I mean, if that's the case, and you guys have sort of, if that's been the understanding from the beginning, and you're moving along at a good pace, and you got a house together and dogs together, yeah, this is the right timing for that, and I think you're in a good zone, little buddy.
All right.
All right, man. Hey, keep us updated. Let us know how it goes.
Thank you. I just want to say I love you guys. Caught you guys when you were out here in Arizona.
Fuck
I got
yeah, dude.
distracted looking for fucking Elvis in the middle of the show, and then you said we support sex workers, and I started wooing, and my girlfriend looked at me like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
We do, man, and it's good that you do as well.
Hey, man, you want to establish that position before marriage. Don't make her feel like you're ambushing her with that support afterwards.
Hell yeah, dude. Thanks for coming out and seeing us when we were out there, man. And good luck, and keep us updated, all right? Let us know how it goes.
All right, I will.
All right.
Good luck, buddy.
See you, dude.
Good luck. Have a good one, guys.
That's cute, man.
That's cute.
Yeah.
He'll do good. I feel like women like just do well. I guess some probably really care a lot, but
which is a problem, big problem. But yeah,
and I don't mean care in terms of like I want to get like proposed to and married, but more like, you know,
it has
the logistics. Yeah, the logistics is like, you know, as long as it's like something thoughtful, intimate, and I don't know, you're just putting your best foot and effort forward. It doesn't need to be like,
of course,
you don't need to like book a helicopter ride over.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if you're proposing to somebody who, if you put your heart and soul into it, and she doesn't think that's all that matters, that's a big problem.
Yeah.
If you're proposing to somebody who it's about the spectacle, it's about how other people perceive your proposal, big fucking issue.
Yeah.
Which happens. I mean, unfortunately, that does definitely happen.
Hey, make sure you get the pastries for that picnic fresh, buddy. Don't
don't get in the day after pile. I got him half off. I love that guy though. He's awesome.
I know. Yeah, I miss being 27. Let's move to Twan. Or no, let's go. Yeah, fuck it, Twan. Twan, what's up, buddy?
Gentlemen, hello.
What's up, Twan?
How we doing?
Pretty good. How's it hanging?
Doing all right, man. Just spent a week recovering from an old slip disc. You know what I'm saying?
Ouch.
Where is the slip disc?
My lower right portion of my back. Classic, dude.
Brutal, yeah.
Blue collar nightmare, dude.
I have some bulging discs, some fucked up discs, and yeah, it'll just like, you'll just be fine and then be like, oh, I guess I'm just not getting out of bed today.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking sucks.
I was like, I went to work Monday. I was like, my shit feels weird. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, fuck. Can't walk.
Damn,
nice.
dude.
Damn.
Sorry about that. Yeah, back stuff is the worst.
Yeah, it's kind of just like, to the point, like, it's been one of the things that's been piling up the last couple months. Like, 2025 started out pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, had a girlfriend, new job, like going to school, relevant to my new career, climbing trees and shit, doing like studying arboriculture.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
But then like February rolls around, end of February, 2 close friends of mine die. Like,
damn.
Separate events, like within 24 hours.
Jesus
like,
Christ,
fucking,
dude.
Yeah, like we were in an abandoned high school and
Oh,
shit.
sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, man, like 24 too.
That's
so it's just
brutal.
like, that's the kind of shit that you're like, all right, well, guess we're all just getting punished. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
sweet.
Like, oh, right. There is no justice or fairness in the world. And even though I knew that if philosophically, now I'm feeling it personally, and it sucks.
Yeah. Dude, you're like, oh, dude, you see like shit die, you see people die, you're like, oh, that could never happen to the boys. And then,
of course.
And then it does. And then, so like, I was dating the girl I was with for like 2-3 months when this happened. And as you can imagine, that's like fucking heavy. Cause I found out at her apartment. And,
oh, dude.
like, she was great through it all. And like, I broke up with her like 3-4 weeks ago just cause you know, that happening, and then just a lot of shit going on, kind of like I'm doing well in school, I'm going to work, I'm like progressing, and it's just like and with the death and like a breakup and just like mental health shit, like I've been going to a therapist. She's cool, but it's also just like I feel like it only does so much for me. Like I'm very receptive to therapy, like I'm very open, and you know, it helps definitely. But it's just like, man, and then like with my back, I was like just starting to feel like I was hitting my stride. I was like, all right, dude, like maybe being single isn't so bad, you know, like gotta enjoy this summer, like in honor of the boys. And then I'm just like, damn, now I'm like,
babe, I can't be in a relationship. The ghosts of my best friends want me to get pussy. They come to me in the night and they tell me to suck tits, to suck strange tits.
They're telling me like, dude, we can't be sluts in heaven.
It turns out it's just like church up here. It fucking sucks. You got to get as much pussy for us as possible. We struck a deal with God. We feel it a little bit every time you fuck a girl, so you have to do it for us.
They were right. All the cool people are in hell, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like, thankfully, I'm like I have some mobility back. Like I spent this last week just like stretching, trying to walk. Like I'm feeling pretty good. Now it's just achy.
Sure.
So I'm going back to work tomorrow, probably just taking it easy, but getting back into it.
Yep.
But it's still just like last night I had just like I'm at the apartment alone, and I was just tweaking, man. I was like pacing around, like the fuck's going on, and it's just hard. It's hard to like chalk up the wins, like with like I'm doing good in school, like work's going all right. I like everybody I work with, but it's hard to like appreciate that when all this shit's happening, and I'm trying to like enjoy what's left of summer.
Sure.
And get back onto that groove and like do all the things I want to do, but it's, you know, it's hard to fucking get out of bed. And I'm sure that both of you have been in similar scenarios. Like, I guess, you know, what kind of things give you motivation to get out of a slump like that and continue being cool?
Well, dude, look, the thing you have to also remind yourself is you have to be like sort of like kind to yourself here, and like think about it as like, how would you treat somebody else in your exact scenario, right? You would be really understanding if it was like, if somebody you knew lost two of their best friends in like a freak occurrence. Like, first of all, you're not even close to dealing with that, right? Like that is a really fucked up thing that, you know, is tragic, and that is going to take a while for you to sort of like really, really figure out, and that in some ways just change. Like that's the worst part of, I mean, like all life is learning to deal with worse and worse shit. Every year we're alive, worse things keep happening. And yes, good things happen, and that's what makes life worth living. But there, like every year there's a fucking tragedy, and at a certain point you just kind of become number to them and easier to deal with. And you unfortunately had to deal with like shit that's like, you should have built up to a lot of smaller tragedies before you had to deal with these. Like that's kind of how it works, right? It's like little fucked up shit happens that makes you be like, oh, life sucks, or like maybe an older relative dies a little early, and you're like, hey, that's fucked up that somebody died at 60 instead of 80, but ultimately, you know, his health wasn't good, whatever. But like you're dealing with shit that's like that just fucks a person up like for a year plus, you know what I mean? And then even when you're
like
done,
existential, like, oh, if they can die, why? Like, when's it gonna fucking happen to me?
Exactly. Not only are you mourning the loss of somebody who was so close to you and who was like a big part of your life, but it's like, yes, it shakes you. You're right. It makes these really existential questions, right? Like, and so that's number one, right? That's like understanding that you're still very much in the middle of this, and then also when you throw in, you know, the back, I mean, dude, a bad back is also a thing that's like that can fuck up years of a person's life, right? A chronic health condition like this. And so when you have those two together, you have to realize like right now it's sort of like, it's like in a boxing match where you're just sort of like, you're just kind of covering your head because you're getting the shit pummeled out of you, and you're waiting You're basically clinching your opponent. You're covering your head and you're trying to clinch your opponent so the ref will stop it and you get a second to breathe. But you're in the middle of getting the shit kicked out of you right now.
Dude.
And like, you don't need to be worried about the fact that you're hanging on, right? Just keeping your job, just going to school is like 5 victories in a row. Like, you have to realize that. You have to understand that the fact that you haven't crumbled completely is the equivalent to, like, if none of this had happened and you had, like, you know, become a fucking multi-millionaire and found the love of your life and like and bought a house. Like, that's the level of success. Like, in many ways what you're doing is way more impressive than traditional success without obstacles. Getting in the middle of this to keep your life together, dude, you should feel like you fucking, like you just won a fucking champion, like like you're, you know, you were on an NBA championship roster, because what you're dealing with is really fucking hard. And you showing up to work, like, dude, if I was you, I think I would have been dropped out of school and quit my job. Legitimately.
Dude, I was fucking close.
I know, dude. And it's,
I think that's,
you know,
like a problem I've had my whole life, is giving myself credit and having that confidence and like, you know what, I'm doing all right. Like, I don't need to impress anybody. I just need to like keep it pushing, you know? And
yeah,
I think, yeah, what you're saying is true. Is like, yeah, I guess I do gotta take those mental notes and count those W's.
No,
I can.
You should be totally proud of yourself, because these are, it feels like you're not making, it feels like, and I get it, right? I get why it feels like you're at 0, right? But it's like, if you're netting out at 0 right now, that's huge. That's like you're scoring 30 points because life is negative 30 at you right now. You know what I mean? Like the fact that you're at 0 is insane. And you're probably doing a little better than that, right? Like, you're still going to school, you're still doing well. Like, you're doing like solid. Like, you're doing like, you know, you're doing like a fucking a C+ when life is trying to get you an F-, and that's huge. Because like by absolute value, you're putting in the effort of somebody who's living an A+ life right now, and you need to understand that. And so you should feel proud of yourself for, like, you should be proud of yourself like you're crushing it, even though it feels like you're barely doing shit. That's really my overall advice. And that's the hardest part. Like, when you feel like, what's the point? I'm not even succeeding. I'm not doing shit. It's easy to feel helpless and give up. And I've done that in the past, right? Like, I've done that and it's been a mistake. And then you dig yourself into a deeper hole, something you can still ultimately get out of. But what you're doing is really impressive. You should feel good about yourself. And you should also be like, listen, don't put other pressures on yourself either. Like this weird, like, oh, I got to enjoy summer. But like, you know, you don't have to have the best summer of your life. Just go have a couple nice fucking afternoons, drink a couple fucking brewskis on a rooftop. You know, get head from a couple 7s. They don't got to be 10s, man. You'll be fine, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, dude.
Like that's really it, dude. Just whatever it takes to make yourself feel good, you've earned it. Because I bet you right now it feels like you haven't earned shit, and that you're actually a fuck up, and you're not. You're crushing it right now, especially given what you're up against.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and I guess that is a lot of stuff that my therapist has echoed to me a few times, but yeah, it definitely does help hearing it from other like outputs, and I have a lot of people in my life I can lean on who kind of say the same thing. But
yeah, and listen, and by the way, you're right in saying that there's only so much therapy can do for you, right? Like, you can hear that shit, but you have to behave like that. Like, you have to go. You do have to go do some fun shit. You've earned some fun shit, and you do have to be okay. Like, you know, you should treat your day to day like you were absolutely crushing it. So go celebrate. You know what I mean? Like, go take a little fucking vacation. Whatever, you've earned it. Go like. And by the way, because it's gonna be kind of hard, right? You're gonna be pretty fucking tired from getting this shit together, because not only school and work, but like with a chronic back problem, dude. The way I got my back, I fucked my back up. You know, right, maybe like a year ago at this point, and I had to go to fucking PT. I had to do all these fucking exercises just to not be in pain, and it was really fucking annoying. And so, like, if you're keeping up with all that stuff, you should also do shit that makes you feel good. That's kind of my fucking. That's sort of my takeaways. Like, don't feel free to sort of like spoil yourself as if you've had a banner year, because in a lot of ways you have had a banner year just staying on course.
Damn, that's true. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I think I definitely have been trying to do that. Like I got a few fun events planned going forward, some concerts, some visits with friends out of town. So just keeping it pushing and having something to look forward to, as my mom always said.
That's right, dude. And listen, do one extra splurge for us, man. Do one extra thing that you weren't gonna do.
I think it's an ice cream kind of sundae.
Go get yourself a fucking. Go get yourself 2 fat scoops, brother.
Dude, fuck it. Why not us?
Hell yeah, dude.
Well, I'll let you guys push on to the next call, and I appreciate it. My sister and I are huge fans. We saw you in Cleveland a couple, like 2 years ago.
Cool.
Always a pleasure. And we'll look forward to whenever that happens again.
We will, yeah, we will. We haven't announced anything yet, but we're working on. Basically, I'm going to do another bus tour at the beginning of next year, like maybe like starting in late January, and I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive Cleveland is somewhere in there. So look out for that. We'll be announcing that pretty soon.
Nice. Well, I'll be looking out. Keep my ear to the streets, and I'll catch you guys later, man. Thank you both.
Hell yeah, dude.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Appreciate it, boys. Later.
See you, dude. Sister, huh?
You know what'll make you feel really good? Get your sister to suck Stav's cock. That'll make you forget all about your.
Call him back. Call him back, Elvis.
And bad friend.
Check out his Instas. Let's see what she looks like, and then call him back.
Well.
Damn,
good.
dude, that sucks.
That does suck.
2 friends, 24 hours.
That's
what
crazy.
The fuck? Good for him, man. Keeping it together. I mean, it's crazy that he's even at work and school.
Yeah.
I've fucking quit on life for so much less than that. Just an insane woman fucked my life up, and I was like, I'm gonna do drugs and gain 40 pounds.
He'll be okay. I heard it in his voice.
He will.
It's so funny how much of getting older is just like learning to keep going past irreversible changes.
I guess that one of my most cherished people in my life. I'll never speak to them again. Oh, my body will never feel that way.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember when I got I've had so much dental shit, and when like they finally like fixed my teeth, I was like, my mouth just feels different. Like I just have a different mouth, and my teeth are settled different, and it's the way it's been from the age like 5 to 29.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, now it's just like, and that's just something you have to get used to. Or like my shoulder, I fucked my shoulder up when I was 19.
Yeah.
And it's like, it'll never be the same ever.
Remember when I fucked my shoulder up because I got too fucked up on the boat and I passed out? I got like an MRI after that. And I was like reading over the notes from it, and it was like arthritis detected here and here. And I was like, oh yeah, my shoulder is just like, I'm 35 or 36 or however old, 36 now. And yeah, I guess I do just have arthritis starting in my body and shit.
Yeah. Oh, it's over.
I have to watch out for things like that now. And,
and just being like, and just going from like sad, like now I'm not even sad for even 1 minute. I'm just like, oh, I guess that's how things are now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you'll adjust, buddy.
Yeah. Tough though.
Yeah. R.I.P. to the boys.
R.I.P. to the boys.
Any damn way. Let's move on to Hank V. Hill. Hank, you there? You're on mute.
Hey guys,
what's up, dude?
What's up, Hank?
How's it going? I can't fucking believe it.
You're here with us, babe. What's going on?
Better
with you?
believe it. What's going on, man?
Yeah. So, geez, where the fuck do I start? I should say me and my wife have been together for about 6 years. Along the way, we've had, like, she's fucking amazing. Don't get me wrong. I love being with her, but we've had like lack of sexual intimacy along the relationship, and that's kind of been a big deal.
Sure.
And so, it kind of seems like along the way, the goalpost of having more frequent sex has been pushed. It's been like things that are understandable, like, mental illness, stress with our other parts of our life that have kind of pushed things further out that will like lengthen it for months at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been super like understanding with all that. But then a couple months ago, well, 6 months ago, she finally convinced me to get a vasectomy because that was one of the things that she was like hesitant about. She was scared to get pregnant because we were obviously, we're married, so we're not using a fucking
Yeah.
condom.
I
And
didn't
she's
get
on a birth
married to
control,
put a
so
fucking condom on.
yeah. So
Yeah.
exactly. So we're not doing any of that. So obviously, she was like telling me that she was worried about getting pregnant because we've always talked about for our entire fucking relationship how we don't want kids.
Okay.
We pretty much agreed on that, the whole relationship. I've always been pretty much like 80% like, yeah, I'm definitely down with that. 20% I would maybe consider having a kid. So it's always been in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
But finally I got the fucking vasectomy. Like I said, this was about 6 months ago. And in my mind I was like, all right, we're good. No kids. And then out of nowhere, 2 weeks ago, she walks in and is like, you're gonna think I'm fucking crazy, but I want to have a kid.
Whoa. That is nuts. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So yeah. So after 6 years of pretty much being on the same page of never wanting kids and just being cool with being aunt and uncle, because we have a few
Yeah.
nieces and nephews, and we love fucking hanging out
Yeah.
with them, but we pretty much considered ourselves ready to be okay with that forever. And now, out of nowhere,
Damn.
she decided that she wants to have a fucking kid.
That's nuts, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've just been kind of struggling in my mind to come up with a good fucking reason to, like, I guess just wrap my mind around how to feel about this, because I've committed my mind for so many years of our relationship to not being cool with that. And then now I'm just like, it seems like more of a rush to like jump right into this thing.
Yeah, I mean, where did this come from? First of all, how old are you guys? And also, where did this come from? Do you know?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm 33. She's 36. So obviously, she's getting,
Yes.
up in age as far as like the ability to have children. So I'm sure that's a big part of this.
Yeah.
But she told me that, obviously we see our nieces and nephews, and at some point she's just like, you know what, I'm scared that I'm never going to have that, like, I want that closeness with a child at some point, and I'd never thought I would, but here I am. So I get it, but it's just out of nowhere. It's like this needs to happen like yesterday because
Right.
of her age. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, is there any like, that's the other thing, is like, is there a discussion here? Because like, I mean, first of all, you literally got a vasectomy. I mean, I know they're reversible, but it's like, so it's not like there's like scientific proof that you were both you didn't want kids, right? Like it's not even something you can get gaslit about, because you're like, no, I went to the fucking doctor and he cut my nuts open. Like, I remember when we didn't want kids. Like, so I get why you would be like, what the fuck's going on here? And also, was it presented as like, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I want a kid. What do you think about it? Or is it like, we have to have a kid? Like, because this has to be a thing that you discuss. There's no like, oh, actually, I decided we were having kids, right? I doubt that's how she operated with it, right?
No.
Yeah.
No, exactly. No, you're right. Like, obviously she was like, what do you think? But ultimately, after, that night went along, and I was like, obviously my first reaction is, are you fucking kidding? Like, I don't even know if I should take you seriously at this point.
Right.
And then she was like, well, yeah, I actually am serious. And I was like, I need time to even
of
like
course.
process this. Obviously it's like, it felt like a joke. So
I mean, I guess the immediate question is, how do you feel about it? What, I mean, because I guess there's the like knee-jerk reaction of like, what? But when that clears, like, what do you think? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think over the past 2 weeks I've been back and forth in my mind because obviously like there are pros and cons to every fucking thing, and
Sure.
especially this. But so I've definitely been like back and forth on like there's been like a day or two where I'm like, yeah, that sounds fucking cool. I'm ready to do this. And then there's been days where like, I talk to my friends who currently have newborns and like I just hear them like yelling in the background. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to
Yeah.
fucking do
Yeah,
this.
yeah. I get it.
But so we kind of got in this little bit of a argument about it because I essentially kind of was like hinting towards her that I'd be okay with it, but then I was having some, like I said, it's still processing in my mind, so I had some insecurities and was bringing those up to her. And long story short, she kind of hinted at the fact she was like, "No matter what, I'm gonna do this, so it's with or without you."
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn.
It is crazy. So I mean, obviously, I love you and I want to be with you, but I don't think I was like, what do you mean you're going to do it by yourself? She was like, if I have to get a sperm donor, I will. I was like, but obviously, I want to
Whoa.
have it with you.
Yeah, man. I guess it matters. Like, it's tough because you don't want to like do you don't want to like make a life decision because you feel pissed off that somebody's forcing your hand. You don't want to be like, what do you mean? Fuck. You want to be like, fuck you. What the fuck? We literally said we weren't going to have kids and now you're like, have the gun to my head that you're going to go get fucking pregnant without me. I mean, it's not, this is a really tough, honestly, this is a very tough situation because it just does come down to, do you want to do this? And if you don't, what does that mean? Because it seems like she's raised the stakes to be like, what would you like? It sounds like it's either have a kid or either
break
up or weirdly like be a stepfather to a sperm donor's child. Like,
that's not happening.
So,
and I will say the other craziest edge to this to just fill it all in. Because I had the vasectomy, we were like, do I get a reversal? And we just like, have the fun route of like fucking until we have a child.
Right.
But she's decided that also on top of all this, I don't even get the fun part of fucking. She wants to do IVF where we go in and basically they extract fucking sperm from my vasectomy balls.
Wow.
And do it that way. So I don't even get the fun of having the sex along the way. Not that that's the most important part, but obviously it's.
But it is weird.
Kind of fun along the way.
I will say, it is weird because you basically have been minimized to like, you have been kind of minimized to a sperm donor here. Like, it's not your decision. You don't get to fuck your wife to have a child. Like, it feels like every decision has just sort of been made. And I would feel, personally, like, I don't know, this would feel weird to me because it seems like the sort of foundation that you've been building your whole relationship on has shifted really fast in a way that could give somebody whiplash almost. It's like, but you were the woman who didn't want to have kids at all. Like, it sounds like you were the person who was 20% and she was 100% against it. And now it's like you've kind of been given an ultimatum, which is kind of crazy. And it's not been that long. It's been 2 weeks and she's like, I'm doing this one way or the other. I don't know. I would feel weird about it. Obviously, your relationship is much more complex than this phone call. But, like, it seems kind of strange to me.
One thing I will say about the IVF thing, you said she's like 36.
Yeah.
I think that's like past the point of like what's medically considered like a geriatric pregnancy. And like, just in terms of like getting pregnant, it's like, I don't know. She's probably like worried because even getting pregnant takes time. Like some couples, like, I never really knew this shit, but like, really, there's only like a couple days in the month that like a woman can really like, that the chance is like very high of like getting pregnant or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not like,
Listen, I'm not, of course, they might end up doing IVF, but it's like,
in a way, IVF like might just be an easier like guarantee to make sure like you don't waste any more time because she is older.
It is.
So I don't think there's like anything wrong with that really, and that might be like simpler and you know, you don't have to like reverse the vasectomy or
Yeah,
whatever, and
the
you could just have
vasectomy,
like
yeah.
sperm on deck. One thing
Exactly.
I am concerned about is you said like you guys don't have that much sex
Yeah,
already.
Exactly.
I mean, that's
yeah.
where I'm like, okay, do you have like bigger stuff other than kids you need to talk about this relationship? Because I'm like, sure, start IVF and you know, you guys could have sex the good old fashioned way and just have fun and not worry about it. But then it's like, you know, it sounds like you're not really having sex as much as you would like. So is there some other bigger like separate conversation there about, you know, what is the status of this relationship that you need to have with her?
Yeah, and it's not just sex; it's also the way you relate.
Right.
This is also kind of a little out of nowhere, and is this how other things get handled in your relationship? Like, hey, I know we had this consensus for 5 years, but I actually decided I don't want to live in this city. And you can either come or you can't. You know what I mean? Like, is this the way she handles other shit? Because that's a big problem, I think. But anyway, yeah, answer Elvis's question.
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, obviously could go on forever, but yeah, no, that's you pretty much got it figured out. She's, you know, I'm cool with her being the boss most of the time. Like I feel like she is a very like, you know, like dominant woman and like I'm cool with that most of the time, you know what I mean? Like we have our 50-50 sometimes, but like she wants what she wants and she's pretty much always been like that. But yeah, getting back to the most important part, obviously like, you know, just to be selfish, like obviously there's a part of me that was excited about fucking until we possibly had a child if I agreed to this, but now it just feels so much more like permanent, like here we're gonna do this procedure and then you're gonna be pregnant. You know, now it's just like, well fuck, and I don't even get the fun part.
I mean, even that in and of itself, the fact that that's such a big, that would be that's the only thing you've been excited about having a child in this whole conversation. You've been like, yeah, I guess it'd be kind of cool. And now you're like, huh. And then you thinking about getting to fuck your wife for a month is you're like, whoa, maybe it would be worth changing my entire life just to get pussy from my wife temporarily. I mean, we have this is the hard thing because there's just a lot of, the vibes are really fucked here is really my takeaway. Is that like, I don't know, man. This is just like we don't want to tell you like, do you need to leave your wife? Because it's much more complicated than this. But like, that's the only thing you've been excited about this whole phone call is maybe fucking your wife a little bit. And it's like, that seems like a big problem to me.
No, I mean, it definitely is. It's definitely obviously the biggest, like, you know, contention in our relationship the whole time. Like I said, it sucks because she's fucking cool as shit and I love her, but
yeah,
like that's obviously, it's a big part like of interest for me, but not a big interest for her. So it's always like me just like trying to be okay with that most of the time and waiting till she's cool with it, which sucks, but it's kind of,
I mean, a kid ain't gonna help that, I'll tell you that much. Having kids, sorry. I'm sorry to cut you off, but like, if that's a big problem for you, a kid is maybe the worst possible thing for that. You know what I mean? Like, for understandable reasons. Yeah. Like, having a kid, you're just busy, you're tired, you're like, you know, especially from the woman's perspective, like, it takes a real toll on your body. Like, you know, just logistically, that is going to be that's just going to be an issue maybe forever from now on. And I guess really what this comes down to is, what your wife wants to do, she's basically she wants to fundamentally shift the context of your relationship as you've known it and as you guys agreed to. And so I think basically what we're saying is, because she wants to do this, this is what you owe it to yourself to think about is that something you want? Will you be happy there? And it's like, you're not wrong to be like, hey, we had kind of an agreement to the point where I had a medical procedure. There were certain aspects in our relationship that I wasn't even happy about to begin with, and this is completely out of left field. And you owe it to yourself to think like, will this make me happy? If she's dead set on this and there's no compromise, and it's tough, right? Because a kid is not really you can't really you can't have half a kid. You either have a fucking kid or you don't. So it's like, you owe it to yourself to really think like, she wants to fundamentally change the relationship. do I want to fundamentally change the relationship and like not even be in it? Is this will make me happy? That sucks, dude. I mean, it sucks. Like that is really the takeaway from this conversation is that like you have to really consider this because she is changing the whole context of what you thought your marriage was going to be. You thought you were going to be a cool aunt and uncle, and maybe you would fucking work up to you'd have you'd basically get to have a regular relationship the whole time, and now it's like kind of shifting. Your life will change drastically if you have a kid, and that's really what it comes down to, bro. And unfortunately, we don't know the answer. You know what I mean? Like that's only something you can know. But we will be the ones to put the idea in your head that everything should be on the table. And we're not even saying, get divorced, but we're just saying you have to be realistic about that because she kind of has put that on the table from her end. Like she's made it clear that what she wants out of this relationship, what she wants for her life, she has put over your marriage. She said she's going to do this one way or the other. So you kind of have to, she's introduced that idea. You have to be realistic and say, well, if that, you have to think that way too, where it's like, if this is not what you want, you have to be prepared to kind of be that extreme as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, no, I appreciate it very much. Like I said, I know it's kind of more of a complex situation, but I just wanted to at least get that out there.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, it's kind of wild just to try and like wrap my mind around it. And it's good just to hear outside perspective. You know what I mean? So
for sure. And listen, take this with a grain of salt too, because like anytime there's a problem in a relationship, I run like a coward. So it's like if I were you with very little background would be like, I'd be like, all right, guess I'm divorced. Whereas like, someone in a good relationship, like I'm sure me and Els have very different perspectives on this, right? Like
I think so. I think like the question of kids in particular, like especially for women, it's like such a time sensitive thing. And how many people when they're younger are like, oh, I don't know about kids. I don't really think I want them. And then like, you just don't know what's going to like make you flip on that mindset as you get like older or something, as you see people around you start having kids. So I don't think like it's really weird. And because of like shit like IVF, I don't even think like the vasectomy is that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But yeah. And, I'll even say like you guys have talked about, you don't really want kids. You'll be the cool aunt and uncle or whatever the hell. Like, I don't know. I think you, Stav, are making it sound like a little more drastic for this guy because you yourself have said like, when Stav's talked about do I want kids, he's like, oh well, it depends. If I'm like with a girl,
no, if a girl who wanted it,
yeah.
I really feel that way where I'm like, I could go either way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's like,
but that's different from being in a fucking marriage where you both agree to not have kids to the point where you get your nuts chopped up. Like that, it's a little different than that.
It's a little different, but I mean, tell me if I'm reading you wrong, Hank Hill. But are you? It sounds like just from your tone and stuff, maybe you're kind of in that camp too. Like you thought you wouldn't have kids, but now
if she brought it up earlier, you would have been down, right?
Yeah.
You sound pliable to it.
More to it.
Pliable to whatever the fuck she tells him to do in general.
Super weird to try and think about that being a reality now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I will say the absolute cherry on top, which is obviously, we're not like destitute by any means, but we're definitely not fucking rich. Right. And IVF is expensive as hell. So that's another thing that's like we're like gonna have to take out a loan just to even make this happen. So that's another fucked up edge to this whole story, but we can not get into that.
Yeah, no, that's a whole other element. But yeah, dude. Yeah, man, you just gotta fucking search deep, and unfortunately a really like fundamental question has been dropped in your lap when you were just having a regular ass day, and then you're like, I guess I have to rethink my entire life. Like even though I was looking forward to playing Switch, I was looking forward to playing a little Mario Kart, and then you're like, oh, let me think about every decision I've made that's brought me up to this moment.
I think exactly. I think you guys do need to like have a discussion more about it to see like, if it makes sense for you to have a kid and you want to and stuff like that. And yeah, it's like you guys are at a point like this is like a time sensitive thing and a big life thing, like you owe it to yourself not to like beat around the bush and just be as straightforward with her about like what
you owe it to both each other.
Yeah, you owe it to like both of yourselves. So, you know, just be like as frank as you feel about it all, and I would say like start there. And other than that, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, this is like tricky stuff.
Yeah, it's fucking fun.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, thanks so much, guys. I really fucking appreciate it. I want to say that I fucking love the show. I got to see you in Minneapolis when you came through on the Dreamboat, so that was fucking
That was
sick.
a great show, yeah.
But yeah, no,
Thanks for coming,
appreciate
dude.
it. Like I said, just cool to kind of hear how you guys feel about it. I trust your wise judgment, so thank you.
Yeah, we're wise as hell, man. Good luck out there, brother. We're rooting for you
Thanks
either
so
way.
much, man. Have a good one, guys.
Damn.
Tough one.
Yeah.
This also sounds like the kind of thing where it's like he's just done whatever she's wanted their whole relationship, and it's like at a certain point you're almost like, am I ever gonna take a stand? You know what I mean? Like there's a little bit of that feeling too, where it's like it might be a mistake. Don't get me wrong, it might be a mistake, but it's the kind of thing where you're like, I'm tired of taking L's. So no, I don't want to do this, and which could be a problem, right? Especially with this. I'm just saying,
right.
And this is just me reading into my own psychology, where I could see myself being goaded into shit like this, you know, like going kamikaze mode, basically, because
he dies on this hill when, like, theoretically, this could just be like one of a long list that he just like goes with the flow on.
Yes,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's tough. This is like one of those things, in like. There's certain shit you deal with that's so crazy, like, you know, you can't even like Google the problem.
No,
you can't Google, do I want to have kids or something?
This is pure soul searching for this guy. Right. All we could do is kind of like be a sounding board and like sort of untie all the elements. But yeah, he has to. It's like, do you want to completely blow up your? And you know what the real thing is? What's tough with a decision like this is like. I mean, we're dealing with a lot of existential questions here with the guy dealing with loss, where it's like life is nothing but pain over and over again. And this is the other one where it's like life is always moving forward. We all crave the ability to go back and to have security, whatever. This is a tough one because there's not even the illusion of going back to normal. This guy's blowing his life up one way or the other. Yeah. He either has a kid that he didn't expect to have, which he can't really afford, or he gets fucking divorced. Like, there's no going. Like, this guy, basically, he's on the precipice of huge change one way or the other, and that's tough, dude. Especially if you're a guy who's he seems kind of like a go-with-the-flow type guy, too. Yeah. And so and no one can make this decision for him. And I think that's what's very hard about this.
Well, I frame it a different way. Any radical change is a positive thing and is a form of going forward and
interesting.
Going to your next,
that's a better way to frame it.
Going to your next thing, and you know, whether it's having a kid you didn't ever think you'd have, or you know, going on to divorce number one and navigating life.
Hey, if he came to Minneapolis, it's a really nice place to live. They just elected a social democrat instead of a centrist mayor. They kind of did their own. They kind of copied off us. Kind of got their own Zoran going over there.
Yeah, there you go. He'll figure it out. Like every Stavvy's World listener, he's got a good head on his shoulders.
Absolutely.
And,
like every Patreon subscriber, he's smart and he knows what he's doing. And what's most important is that maybe even if you guys listen, if you get divorced, get her a Patreon subscription too, so she gets to listen as well.
That's a good parting gift. You know, if you bundle 1 year's subscription, you get a nice saving money, on dude. It. So you're saving that could be a nice parting gift if you get a divorce.
And just a classy show of like no hard feelings. Here's a years of Stavvy's World gifted to you.
Yep. Okay, we got a couple more here. Let's move on.
Let's speed through because we also have another episode after this.
JD,
and I'm pretty hungry.
What's up, brother? JD, you're on with me and Stav.
Hello. Wow.
What's up, JD? What's troubling you?
I'm starstruck.
No.
I'm starstruck.
No.
Thanks for calling in, man. We're here to help, baby.
My call. Thank you. All right, so I have quite a disaster on my hands. So, basically, I got married in 2022.
Okay.
And 6 months after that, my wife tells me that she's like to her core, an immutable part of her identity is that she's polyamorous.
Oh,
Um,
oh my
and that,
God.
yeah.
What the
This is
fuck?
isn't that fucking, and this is like after we had
That's
like made
insane.
fun of poly people for like years of being together. Um,
What?
yeah. So I was like trying to be understanding at first and shit like that. And she had mentioned before we got married that like, oh, we can like fuck around with other people, have like threesomes and stuff. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. But she never actually like said she was polyamorous, which to me feels like a
It's a big
totally
difference.
different
Big difference.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I come from like, I mean, I said this in the text to Eldest, but like I come from like a first generation, like Italian New Jersey family.
Yeah, where you
I
just
am,
cheat like a gentleman, where
I'm
you're
a channel.
polyamorous but secretly by fucking, the hostess at your favorite pasta restaurant. But you have the decency to
Exactly.
hide it from your wife.
Exactly. You gotta have the guma on the side.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that's so you can't do it out in the open like
Of
this. So
course.
anyway, so she says that she wants to be polyamorous, blah blah blah. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. But the caveat is that like I tried to go along with it, I guess, for a little bit because I am like I'm trans.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I was like, oh, okay, like I can't do any, just like self-hatred,
Yeah,
internalized
totally.
transphobia type shit.
Yeah,
Like,
totally
oh, I can't do any
internalized.
better.
You're
Like
like, well, I'm
she's
a fucked
hot.
up person. She's a fucked up person. We deserve each other, even though it's like, no,
Exactly.
you thought you were getting married in a monogamous relationship. But anyway, go ahead.
Exactly.
I get it though.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
understand the psychology. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so like basically I was like, oh, she's hot. She's like, I'll never do any better. Like
Right.
I'm a good looking guy, but I'm fucking 5'3" trans guy, so it's not
Yeah.
it's not that easy for me.
Yeah. I gotta
So
say, you do just sound like a guy from trans guys. The voice is often a tough part. You could just sound like a little Italian guy. You sound like a little pizza maker, dude. So there you go. That's a big plus. You got us there.
that's perfect. Thank you. That's all I want to be. So
Yeah.
so so yeah, basically like, tried to go along with this shit for a while and unfortunately, like I was trying, and then one day she fucking hits me with, "Oh, I think I'm the type of poly that like we live in separate
Oh
homes,
my
but we're
god.
still like married." And
Oh my god.
I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me! I've been reading these fucking poly secure books.
Yeah.
I've been like
Trying to
doing all this
fucking
shit to try to
hypnotize
not be like
yourself.
an anxiously attached person, and then she finally hits me with this. So I basically was like, this is not going to work for me. Like, I can't make
Yeah.
this work. Um, and she's like, okay, well, this is like very upsetting to me. I'm very surprised that like you
What?
feel this way. I'm gonna
What
like
the
go have coffee
fuck?
with my friends and like talk about this. And I'm like, okay. So she leaves the house. I've never done this before, but I just got this feeling that like something more was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I go look on her computer, like a little piece of shit, and I like go
Yeah.
on her iMessages and I see that like I based on the timestamp at the same time that like I was crying on the couch about the fact that she said that she's like this type of extreme poly.
Right.
She was in the bathroom sending nudes to a guy.
Oh my
Uh
god, dude.
yeah,
This bitch is out of
she
her
was in the bath.
mind, dude. This is
She was
crazy.
fucking nuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was
Fuck.
sending nudes to this guy. And I like call her on the phone and I'm like, you got to get back to the house right fucking now. Like, put your fucking espresso down, you bitch, and come
Yeah,
back
yeah,
home.
yeah.
And like, you need to pack up your shit and leave, basically.
Yeah.
So she comes back. She like seems all like upset that I look through her laptop and shit. And
I
I was basically
mean,
like, you just need to pack up your shit and leave. So she packs up her shit and goes. And then her mother, so my ex mother in law, then calls me and is like, I can't believe you're kicking my daughter out of the house. Like, you didn't even give her any notice or anything. And I had said to her when she was packing up, like, tell your parents who I actually love, like,
right.
why I'm doing this in such
Right.
like a hasty manner.
Right.
And she was like, yeah, yeah, like I'll tell them. She didn't fucking tell them. So
Yeah.
the mom calls me, is upset, and I say to her, like, listen, you need to ask your daughter what actually happened because I'm not this type of guy and wouldn't just
Right.
do this for no
Right.
reason. And then I get off the phone with her. I didn't divulge anything, but I was basically like, you just need to talk to your daughter about this and kind of like implied what was going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
And my ex-wife calls me and she's like, "You're slut shaming me, blah blah
Oh my
blah. Like
God.
I was with you because I thought you weren't a
Slut-shaming your wife.
misogynist, but you're just like every other dude." Blah blah.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, it's
This is
so.
brutal.
Anyway, long story short, like this happened. So I guess a year and a half ago at this point,
Okay.
almost 2 years,
Okay.
2 years ago. And I moved back in with my mother, who's like the sweetest, like born in Italy, like
Yeah, I
makes me
mean-
espresso when I come home from work,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
nicest woman, like, So I'm back in this place where it's like, I kind of feel a little bit like stunted. Like I'm a 33-year-old guy and I'm like living in the New Jersey suburbs with my
Yeah.
mom.
Yep.
But it's like, I don't know how to like get back out there and like trust again and like try
Sure.
to date, especially as like a trans guy in this area.
Sure.
So I don't know. So and you guys have helped me a lot, like just listening to the podcast and shit and like listening to it while I'm like going to work and stuff. And
Yeah.
So
While you're
yeah,
fucking tossing dough up in the air, while you're getting you're stirring up a big pot of marinara.
I'm actually a lawyer, believe me.
Every other part of your life really is the most traditional fucking
I
Italian.
know.
Move back in with your mom.
yeah. That's the only thing I'm missing is my pizzeria.
Yeah. So, dude. So, like, first of all, yes, it's obviously going to be hard to trust again, right? For sure. But also, I think the big lesson here is like as hard, the negative of this is that, right? That it will take you a little bit to trust, right? Mm-hmm. But I think the positive is that you now know that you have to set real boundaries and you cannot let shit that is going to upset you slide, because you don't want to end up with the kind of person like you clearly were too understanding, and you clearly let shit that you weren't okay with slide in that last relationship, because what you should have done, I think it's very clear, is that after you got married and after this person, I'm assuming, got some financial security, you were paying for stuff, you were whatever.
Yeah.
After she had secured that, she drops this basically like, hey, I want to cheat on you, but by telling you, and it's fine because it's my sexuality, and you should get that. You're fucking trans. You understand how which is ridiculous. She took advantage of both your nature as a nice person and like insecurity about your identity, which is insanely fucked up for anyone to do, let alone your spouse, right? Somebody who kind of took advantage of you in like these fundamental ways. And I think what this teaches you is like, when at the first sign of this kind of trouble, you have to be out of there, because I think unfortunately, psychologically, we are drawn to the same types of people that are bad for us. And you just now have the tools, and you've been hurt so much that you know it's worth standing up for yourself. So is it going to be easy to get out there? No. Is it, will you have the same obstacles dating that you did before? Yes. But I think the silver lining is you've been hurt in a way that lets you know, I have to fucking stand up for that I'm not going through that shit again, right? That's the important thing. You can't be the kind of guy who just lets this shit happen to them over and over again, right? And, we're saying that again. I'm saying that as somebody who, I learned that lesson the hard way too, right? Where it's like, I was in some, early on, I would like sort of get taken advantage of. I would let shit slide that I wasn't okay with. Now, maybe I've overcorrected too much, and there's a danger in that too, right? Like now, I probably will I just disappear the second there's any kind of obstacle, which is an issue in and of itself. But I don't think you're there. I think like you need to just get out there, understand that like, yes, shit might be a little hard, that shit takes a little time, but you have to just slowly crawl out of like the understandable hole that you're in, right? And you're doing well, you're a fucking lawyer, you have a job, whatever. Like, you just have to build up your life again. And like dating is just one part of that, right? And if you don't like where you're living, fucking maybe dating isn't the priority. Maybe saving up some cash and moving to a city where it's, you'll feel more comfortable is step one, right? Maybe you don't have to get right to fucking the apps. Maybe it's like, let's fucking get an apartment somewhere that I want to be, somewhere where it's easier for me to date. Maybe that's step one, right? But eventually you just have to, that's when you get back there, you just have to you can't let this have been a complete loss, because it is very valuable. When you get when something this fucked up happens to you, it's like you learn from it and you don't let yourself get back in that place again. And I think you're capable of doing that, You just can't let a hot woman do whatever the fuck she wants, which is hard. If she's hot enough,
really
it's hard not to just let her do whatever she wants. I get that.
He was really hot, had a fat ass. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's tough, but you paid the price. You're back in Bayonne as we speak. You know what I mean?
Oh God, it's fucking tough.
Yeah.
No, it's tough. Yeah. I mean, and yeah, like you said, like living in the suburbs and dating, it's
tough.
just, I don't even know how to like go about that. It's a nightmare. But I also don't like love living in cities. Like it's not my vibe. So
it might, I'm not saying you got to move to New York, but I'm saying like just somewhere you're comfortable it could be a different suburb or it could be a smaller town. It's just like, you just have to find a place where you feel comfortable. You know what I mean? Like, cause to me, sometimes that's so much. People obsess over dating, but it's like, are you even in the place where you want to date right now? Like, it seems like your shit's a little fucked up. You gotta fucking, I think you have to figure out parts of your life, particularly coming out of like a fucked up divorce, where you're like, all right, I'm over that. I have a stable sort of like, I like where I live. I like my job. Everything's going pretty good. It's going to be a little harder for me to date this time around because I have the baggage of the last shit that happened to me. So like, is everything else kind of set up nicely? And if that's the case, I think it'll be a lot easier for you. Because then all you're worried about is, am I actually connecting with this person? Am I really making an effort, to do this shit the right way? You're not worried about like, I gotta fucking make sure mom's snoozing before we sneak in through the fucking basement entrance to get some pussy. You know what I mean?
She makes such good eggplant parm though. It's hard
that is gonna be tough. That is gonna be tough.
You're right. I mean, I do feel like so many parts of my life are really good. Like I have a really good job. I make good money. Like I actually do like where I live, even though it's hard to meet people my age. But and then I see my fucking cisgender brother who just like has it so easy. He like married this Italian woman, at a young age, and they have like 3 kids together, and it's just like, and then I'm just like the black sheep tran of the family.
Yeah. Well, I mean, your mom's still feeding you eggplant. As far as Italians from Jersey go, it sounds like you got a pretty good draw.
No, I did.
But I will say,
really supportive. Yeah.
I will say, like, it's fucking annoying. Like, I get that too, where it's like, my brother. I'm not the black sheep of my family, but I get feeling envious when people have figured out how to be in happy relationships, right? Like that's my hang up too. It's like my brothers are in great, they're married. My little brother had a kid, like everything's going good. And so it's like, even like for me, other segments of my life are definitely going better, but like, I think that's a fundamental thing to really want to be able to figure this part out of your life. So dude, it sounds like you got most of it figured out, right?
Yeah.
And even if you even if you like where you live, fuck it, go get a fucking apartment so you don't live with your mom. Like even that could be, it could be as simple as that. But I think that's really the final piece. And then everything else is going good. And then look, unfortunately, we all have our insecurities. You have to just get over your insecurities. And the only way to do that is to like, it's almost, you got to do exposure therapy and not let somebody fucking treat you bad just because they're hot and you don't feel like you're worthy, And the only way you get over that is by actually doing it.
Yeah.
I like this call as a postscript to the last call. It just kind of proves my point. Basically, the last caller, we concluded that him and his wife just agreed they didn't want kids, and then he got a vasectomy, and then a few months later she said She did want kids after all, so we said, like, he's at a fork in the road where he'll either have a kid he didn't expect or he'll end up divorced because
Right.
she wants kids.
Yeah.
And, you're in a way, you're like if someone walking down the divorced path, and all things considered, it could be a lot worse
No,
for you.
truly, you ended up fine, and you should have gotten divorced. Like, you should have been out of that relationship sooner is the takeaway. So you are better off. Now it's just get out there, don't let the same shit happen to you, and that's pretty much it. But you're actually doing pretty good, and you should be, happy about that. You should be proud of yourself for that.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, good luck, brother. Let us know how it goes, man. Give us an update. Maybe when you got a couple. Maybe in a year or so. Give us the update when you got your own spot. You're dating another woman with BPD. You're like, it's not that bad. She's only.
How did you know?
How did I know? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, man. This ain't my first rodeo.
Why is it always the hot ones with fat asses?
Yeah.
All right, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, dude.
Good luck, Jiggy.
All right, take care, guys.
Good luck,
All right,
Jiggy.
ciao,
Take it
ciao.
easy.
Bye.
All right. How many more callers we got?
We have 2 more. I don't know if you want some time before the next step. One of them is an update plus a new question, and the other one, I think it was seemed kind of complicated.
I mean, maybe we could just do the update real fast and then tell the other one to call back next week.
Sure. T. I'm calling you T. I think last time you said you didn't want your name revealed or something.
Yeah.
Or you said your friend's name, so we'll just call you T.
Okay.
Yeah, otherwise it's Red Bull guy. That's what the people on the server has called me. So either or.
But yeah, we're at the end of the ep here, so we're kind of gonna speed run your little ass. But yeah, what's going on, man?
All right, so I'll just kind of like cut out the update. It wasn't too much anyways. The update was just I'm just doing a lot better than what we were at before, and
Good.
I sometimes go back to the episode, listen it back, and it kind of gives me a little bit more motivation to do what I need to get done.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So thank you a lot.
That's
for that.
a positive.
But kind of what's that?
That's a positive. That's what we like to hear.
It is. So kind of what's been going on is that I actually met someone that I really like at a concert, and that we kind of had like a mutual attraction there. I was a little bit flirty with her. She was flirty with me back. It's like the first time in my life that something like that has happened.
Hell yeah, dude.
And what I've noticed a lot with her now, we've been texting. She actually lives a few hours away from me. However, she wants to move to the city I'm in at some point because the company that she works for is based in the city I live in. And basically what's been going on is that a lot of the communications over text, she's very busy, works a lot of hours, but still makes a little bit of time to talk to me. And overall, I have just gotten so much into my head. My anxiety just gets through the roof at times, just like wondering, am I good enough? Am I still, is she still interested in me? Is she still doing all this kind of stuff? Just because, like, I won't say like the text messages have gotten like super like one word or something like that, but they've like definitely not been as long as they were before. But at the same time, it hasn't been a total drop off where I should be concerned, but it's something where I'm just in my own head a lot when it comes to that. And it kind of culminated a few days ago where I thought she blocked my number, but it apparently was just some weird thing with texting and stuff we were using, and that she was just super busy that day, which she had no idea. I was freaking the fuck out.
He's like, did you get that? Like, did you get that last one? Did you get that one?
Fuck,
is your phone all right?
I know exactly that headspace, unfortunately.
No, exactly. But like, she didn't know anything of that. But like,
that's good.
Which is really like healthy for me, because before I've ran in those situations where, I've made that note, but like I was just like,
what did I do?
Friends,
Yeah.
But then finally, it was all fine, and my friend was just like, "You're back, dude. Like, don't worry about it, you know."
Sure.
And I like keep talking to him. It was like, "Hey, like, I'm really in my head. I'm so sorry for all this." He's like, "Dude, you're fine." So
You don't have to apologize to
basically,
your
my question
friend.
is just like, how am I supposed to kind of calm that down and kind of roll that back? Because like now, like today, that apparently, like I asked, like, "Hey, do you want to like call sometime?" She's like, "Yeah, I can do that this afternoon if things with my family kind of work out." So like that's kind of been positive reinforcement, but like how do I stop, like a lot of those thoughts? Like
Yeah.
it kind of weighs on me a little bit.
Well, dude, unfortunately, I mean, it's tough, right? Like, I think, I mean, on some level, these thoughts don't, this feeling and these thoughts don't fully go away, like, especially with, and, there's an excitement to it. You like somebody, whatever. And, we know the exact place you're at, right? Like, we just know it. And I guess the real answer is these things go away when you feel secure in a relationship. And like, look, either this will work or it won't is really what it comes down to. And all you can do is just, I think what would help is, yes, it was smart to be like, let's call. Because I think a big problem is sometimes you get caught in just like a relationship can just kind of stay at a low level too long. Like, I'm back in the day when I was a bit, when I was more on the apps, or like, even like not just the dating apps, but like the dating fucking website. Like when we were younger, we were using like OkCupid, this to age me and Eldest. There were times where I would just talk to someone too long and like cowardly never meet up with them, and they would just be like, all right, well, what the fuck am I doing here? And at the time I'd be like, my feelings were hurt, but it's like in hindsight, I should have asked her out so much sooner. I would just like, these people just become like a pen pal. So I think it was smart for you to call, but also it's like, ask her, go fucking to her. Like, if you guys actually have a rapport, hanging out sooner rather than, you have to hang out in person. That's the only way that these feelings go from like, because right now you're just like, this is uncertainty. And one way or another, you need to know if there's like actual, if there's anything actually real happening here. So I would say talk on the phone and be like, hey, I was thinking about coming, I have the weekend off. Maybe I'll come up. We'll go out. We'll hang out. We'll fucking get lunch. Go to a fucking museum. Whatever the fuck. Plan a little activity. Plan a little date, and actually see each other in person. Because that's the only way you quiet this stuff down. Otherwise, you'll continue to sort of like have a relationships that is 10% real, 90% in your head. Yeah. And it never, look, part of a relationship is always going to be in your head because you're going to worried about whatever, but it's like you got to get the percentages down to like at least 50-50 real and 50% real, 50% time thinking about the person, and hopefully lower even than that. But that's really it, bro. You need to fucking just move this along. You can't stay in the just texting phase that long. You have to, some kind of intimacy has to happen here. And it's like, it seems like you could fucking, I think you could take take a day and drive up there, hang out with her, even if it's like get lunch and go do something. And then you drive back home even that night. You just have to spend real time with a person to make these feelings go away. Or eventually get rejected by them, and then it's on to the next person to fucking obsess over. But that's really how you do it. And then also the more you do this, the less it bothers you. Or even if these feelings come up, like to this day, that feeling will come up if I want to fucking meet up with somebody, or if I want to go out with somebody. It's like, even though I'm much more secure than I was, like flashes of like that insecurity come up. Now I can handle them because I'm like, shut up, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, but your brain is still wired like that when there's somebody new in your life that you're insecure about, getting rejected by, I guess.
Right. And we both like had like early on like gave like each other dates of like, hey, like I will be in your city and you will be in mine. It's just like my head is just like, will I even get to that point? Because it's just like it's a little bit further out, like about a few weeks. And
a few weeks?
That's kind of where I'm at with that. I'm just like, am I even going to get there or anything?
Well, how long ago was this?
This was like really recent.
Okay.
This is a week ago.
Okay, dude, you gotta fucking chill. Okay,
I'm trying.
You gotta do
That's why
other
I'm here.
shit.
That's why I'm here.
Okay, you gotta do other shit. So when are you gonna meet up with her?
That will be in about 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay. You know, I would have tried to get it like in the future, and you're fine. 3 weeks is fine, but it's like, you know, what the fuck do you really have going on that you couldn't have made it a little sooner than that just to ease your fucking... I would say in the future, getting hangouts IRL as soon as possible is paramount. Even, and that's general rule, right? Even if you meet someone online or on the apps, it's like, you don't want to talk too much. You want to get to fucking meeting in person because that's the actual... And you at least did meet at a concert, so you have that to go off of. But like, just hang out as soon as possible, chill, and yes, I don't think it's even bad to drop off communication because you don't want to talk constantly until you meet up. You want to fuck it. You don't want... Because that can also be like... You can overdo it that way. So just like check in. If you don't talk for a couple days, it's not a fucking big deal. Like... You know, just keep a natural rhythm where no one is fucking, you don't feel like you're being ignored, but it's like you can go a couple days. You know, if you haven't heard from them for a couple days, text, you know, don't text in a weird, like, why haven't you talked to me way? Just be like, oh, I saw this thing that made me think of you. Like, this is all light. You don't know each other. You're getting to know each other. Like, you're not that important in her life yet. You have to remind yourself of that. You're trying to get there. So, like, it's okay to not fucking correspond every moment of every fucking day, especially if you have concrete plans to meet up. Just get there and don't fucking overthink. And if it helps you, do some other shit. You know what I mean? Get your mind off it by you being busy. If she's busy, be busy too, dude. Go do some shit.
Yeah. I would say 3 weeks is so long for something like this. And Stav's right. You do just really want to avoid the pen pal dynamic. It is just weird to be talking to someone that long that like you haven't met. Unfortunately, it's not like the beautiful movies. You know, we can't all be like Kip from Napoleon Dynamite who finally gets the love of his life out and it works after like just a long time of, you know, AIMing back and forth or whatever. So I would even say like if you guys do have plans to meet in like 3 weeks, that is a long time, dude. I mean,
yeah, I mean, you can even suggest like, hey, I'm actually going to be there next week. Are you free or some shit? I don't know.
Yeah. See if it can be moved. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
The thing is, we're both like busy like the next 2 weekends.
Gotcha.
So it's
okay.
Like
Well,
we
then
both
look,
have
dude.
had concrete plans.
Well,
with other
even
people and
this
everything.
3 week thing, like just keep it in your mind as like it's really just a first date. And you know, I would say like even if you have to drive kind of far, don't be like, you know, don't even assume you'll be hanging out all fucking day or something like that. Like just choose an event or an activity and, you know, just treat it kind of like a ice-breaking first date like you would any other first date or something like that. It just, yeah, don't come on too strong. And, you know, 3 weeks, like, by the time you both get there, either you or her could just kind of be like, oh, wait, who is this person again? Oh, yeah, I met them at a concert a month ago. Oh, yeah, I guess I'm going to go out with them. We've kind of texted back and forth here for a little while. But, so, you know, I would say, like, keep the expectations kind of low for it. And, you know, give yourself and her a little room in those text messages. Don't come on too strong. Like, you guys don't. You don't
got to talk every day. You legit do not have to talk every day. That's not even a failure, dude. You have plans to meet up. It's not a big deal.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think like for what I was doing right now, like we would text like 2 or 3 times a day, which I think was kind of light. And just from what I've done before, I think there's been a lot of growth there. But like, yeah, I think you're right in that sense of, like even if it's like a day or two that we don't talk, you're still not failing.
No,
like, there's still going to be something there.
Yes.
You know, I've never really thought about it that way before.
Yeah, dude. You can't obsess over this shit. It's just a person you're getting to know.
Yeah.
And you're both busy. You both have shit to do. It's not crazy to fucking... Like, do you talk to your best friends every fucking day? No. Sometimes you go a couple days. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. This is essentially a stranger. It's okay if you don't talk to her every day. So, yeah. Just keep a natural rhythm and don't, do your best not to obsess and, have a good
Yeah.
little normal first date.
Yeah, it was also one of those things where it's like, I feel like you're way out of my league. Like, what am I doing here? And that's where I'm just like, I don't want to fuck this up so much.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like feeding into that loop of like overthinking.
Of course. I mean, it's just going to, but you just literally do other shit. Like, fill your time with other stuff because you're not going to fix obsessing. The only thing that fixes it is like getting to see somebody in person and figuring out whether, because again, it'll either happen or it won't, man. And either way, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's another thing to keep in mind, you know? So yeah, dude, you're good. Just get to this date. Don't worry too much. You're fine. All right, little buddy?
Okay. All right. Yeah, that really helped me out a lot.
All right, good. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah.
Good luck, Red Bull guy.
Good luck, Red Bull guy. See you, buddy.
See ya, buddy.
Godspeed, Albanian IT master.
See you, dude.
Bye, pal.
Yep. See ya.
Man.
Tough times, man.
I
remember
hate
those days.
I hate to say it. I think he is going to be in for a rude awakening when they have a weird, awkward little
Not
date.
necessarily.
But you never know.
Not necessarily, dude. He's just like, I mean, she's still fucking, she hasn't cut him off yet. You know what I mean? Like,
I know, but I've done a lot of texting, DMing in my day, and it is just so like.
she could also be as weird as he is, though.
That's true.
That's the other thing is like, yes, is he playing with fire? Yes, absolutely. And we've both done that. We've both fucked up, like, you know, relationships by over texting.
Yeah.
And maybe he'll just maybe he just needs to learn this.
I know.
Maybe he just needs to fucking blow it here and recognize, like, I was coming on too strong, whatever.
Yeah.
But either way, hey, you're the one who said no matter what, all change is good. And it's like, either way, man, this is good for him. Either way, this is good for him.
Yeah. That hits a little harder when you're 21 and starved for pussy than when you're, 36 and dealing with some bullshit like death or something.
Yeah, a loved one dying. It's like, whatever. Who fucking cares? It is funny how much more viscerally, like how much deeper sorrow I felt being like, she won't text back.
When that last text timestamp is so far in the past.
Oh God, dude.
Those 7 hours might as well be like 7 years.
Oh my God. Thank God that's over. What a horrible stage of life. This is what happens when you're such a loser. You basically go through like middle school in 21.
Yeah.
But boy, oh boy, I'm happy those days are over.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, that was a fun episode. We will be back. There will be at least one more call-in from this very studio, and until then, and in the meantime, you'll see a couple other episodes. But thank you very much. We'll talk to you next time, guys. Bye bye.